Greetings! It's Astra Gaia here, and I am dressed like a fairy because I am channeling fairy energy today so that I can bring you an unboxing of the Fairy Tarot deck. This is a very interesting deck made by Radleigh Valentine, and it's 78 card standard tarot deck. We are going to unbox this and see what's inside. Now, how many of you like to work with fairy energy? It's a middle world energy, and quite honestly, I haven't worked that much with fairy energy. I work more with ultra elementals. However, I know people who do work a lot with fairy energy, and it's very real and very exciting. There are fairies all among us, and whether you can see them or not. And so today, we're going to see what the fairies can have to say to us through this tarot deck. Now, you can see here I am wearing this fairy necklace, and it has a little amethyst crystal on it, and this fairy sparkle dust. It's like a wish dust that we can use to bring in those fairy wishes. So let's get started. All right, to get us started today, I've created a small mini fairy scenario here. Other than the fairy mushrooms, I've brought in some crystals. These can help us connect with the fairy energy. This is fluorite, this is an amethyst geode, and this is an amethyst crystal point. I also have some little protection powder bottles that I made, and they're really small, and you can wear them like a necklace. I think they remind me of fairies because they're so tiny and delicate looking. I love that. I'm just going to unwrap these cards. Let's see what we have inside. Oh my goodness, these are beautiful. Can you see the gilded edge? It's silver gilt on all the way around the edges. Very sparkly and shiny, like you'd expect from a fairy. There's also a guidebook, and we're gonna set this aside so we can take a look at these cards. Now, this deck is arranged into 22 major arcana, and then we have 4 suits of the minor arcana, which are named for the seasons: spring, summer, winter, and autumn. And so what I'm going to do is go quickly through the major arcana, and then we'll look at each suit of the minor arcana. I'll go into a little bit more detail on the major arcana. These are beautiful cards and artwork. Card 0, the Dreamer. This says, embrace your true purpose, begin a new adventure, trust yourself. This female dreamer stands at the base of a mountain, atop of which sits the Glastonbury Tower, a sacred tower dedicated to mighty Archangel Michael. And this is the symbolic beginning of your journey. So I'm reading that from the book, and it just gives you a little bit better idea about this card. I love the little dog on the card. The dog's pointing to something. Card number 1 is the Magician, and it says you can do anything. Take charge of your life. You can manifest what you need to be a success. And so this is about having abundance of resources that you need to accomplish what you're trying to do. The High Priestess is card number 2. And wow, she is beautiful. I just love the look of that. Trusting your intuition, careful reflection before taking action, insights that come through meditation. That's what the card says. And it says in the book, it says, our High Priestess stands before the ruins of the Glastonbury Abbey, which was the site of religious and political disagreements. With her open book, the High Priestess is symbolic of acceptance of the many paths to God's love. So I love that. Now, the Empress, card number 3, says, time to take action, the power of creativity, success that allows for a life of luxury. Ooh, that sounds nice. The Empress stands in a chapel courtyard, symbolic of the source of inspiration. And the infant in the leaf there, wearing a hat inside a snow pea shell, demonstrates to the Empress the importance of creating something new. This could be the birth of a child or the beginning of an exciting new endeavor. All right. The Emperor, card number 4. This says, use logic and structure to increase your success. Get organized. A firm but compassionate leader. And notice there's a globe at the top of the Emperor's staff, and that, according to the book, symbolizes that the concerns of the world are his primary focus, and that requires sound judgment. However, the heart shows that compassion for others is also part of his decision-making process. And this has a lot of symbolism in it, this card, and the book goes through all that symbolism, and it's really a lovely card. Unity, card number 5, do the right thing for the right reason. Compare traditional versus new approaches to see which works for you. A spiritually minded community. So the Unity card shows this old fairy, and he has 2 fairy students who have found a mentor to teach them both old and new ways of thinking. All right, 6, the Lovers. Aw, it looks like a wedding. I love weddings. True love that is long-lasting. Choices made from the heart. A return to good health. Following the ley lines of the Holy Grail from Glastonbury, our lovers are betrothed in Rosslyn Chapel in Scotland, which is filled with the carvings of symbols related to the Grail mysteries. And there's a lot of symbolism on this card that the book describes. Also, I want you to see something. I've got a helper here. I've got Stormy. Got Stormy the helper cat helping me out. Number 7, the Chariot. You have done great work so far. However, you undoubtedly still have many priorities that you're balancing at this time. You may be called upon to keep control of more than one driving force at a time. Stay centered, strong, and determined. Our charioteer leads a team of 2 dragonflies. These magical creatures have the ability to go in any direction and at amazing speed. Okay, so this one has dragonflies. I adore dragonflies. In fact, the wings I'm wearing are dragonfly wings. And the card says, success that comes from dedication and self-discipline, celebrating your accomplishments, being in the spotlight. Justice. Take the time to review the details carefully. You will win in the end. Fair and objective decisions. So these are fairy twins, and they're standing before Excalibur, the legendary sword of King Arthur. The sword was known to only avail those who were worthy and true of heart. So this is a time when it's important to stick to your principles, according to the book. Trust that your opinions are correct, and time will make that evident to everyone. Very good. The Hermit, card number 9. You're never alone, even when it appears that way. You are actually surrounded by God, the angels, and fairies who want to help you. And the card says, find or be a mentor, take a break from society, a commitment to your spiritual growth. And that's the Hermit on the card holds a gilded star of David, which is symbolic of celestial guidance. Number 10, the Wheel. The Wheel card says, delays are over, sudden or unexpected good luck, a new car or travel. I thought it said a new cat. Like, I don't need a new cat. I just got a new cat. We have too many cats. I'm the crazy cat lady. Oh my God. So with this one, that's a fairy sitting behind a spinning wheel. Does anybody know what a spinning wheel is? You like from Rumpelstiltskin, I think. Spin wool to make thread. We've lost the art of the spinning wheel, I think. All right. So a fairy sits at a spinning wheel creating beautiful strands of gold. However, in this case, the magic of the wheel creates waves and waves of golden hair for the fairy. Oh, that sounds beautiful. A very personal symbol of prosperity to come. Okay. Numero 11, strength. Oh, and it has the lion. So I work a lot with lions in the Akashic records. All right, this says the grace and inner strength needed to overcome challenges, the power of kindness and forgiveness. Time to embrace how wonderful you are. And so the fairy stands with the lion and the lamb, which symbolizes strength and gentleness. All right, the awakening is the next one. Oh, that fairy's upside down. And look, is that a yin and yang symbol there? It says change the way you're looking at the situation. Embrace your uniqueness. A temporary pause in the action. And the reason the fairy's upside down on the card, the book says it's giving him a whole new way of reflecting upon his situation. 13 is release. And the card says, let go of the past. That's good advice. An ending that makes way for new opportunities. Time to move on. And so on the card, the fairy has like kind of a peacock wings behind her. And the white roses she keeps at hand represent purity and immortality. Balance. This is another lion. God, I love these cards. These are beautiful. It says, take everyone's input into consideration, merge viewpoints to create a better solution. Take your time. There's no need to rush. The fairy stands before the mighty lion at the mouth of Chalice Well. Blood red iron ore in the water represents the feminine energy, while the white water represents masculine force. Together, they're collected into the chalice and symbolize the balance of male and female strengths within each of us. The two energies are equally important for creation, health, success, and happiness. Number 15, ego. The card says, the illusion of being trapped. Placing too much importance on material items, getting caught up in fear and worry. So this is a little bit of a dark card, it looks like. Our fairy friends stand before a traditional Celtic Beltane fire. Oh, Beltane just passed here. A springtime sacred ceremony to release the old, that is guilt, fear, blame, and other products of the ego, and welcome the new. All right, let's talk about these. Life experience, number 16. The card says, let go of belief systems that no longer work for you. An important life-changing event, a situation that leads to significant opportunities. I like how these cards have a lot on the front. Some people prefer no words on the front because they want to feel into it. But it really helps to give the author's intention. You can still use your intuition in looking at the cards as well. And also the artwork on here is really nice. In life experience, our fairy friends stand before the Tower of St. Michael. Tower is a tower. They're ready to pray for guidance and direction about the next step to take. So this is about getting signs. The star. The star says, look to the future with hope and optimism. The power of faith to move mountains. Happy changes that bring relief from challenging times. So this is about our fairy. They're opening the Chalice Well and releasing ancient healings and manifestation energy for you. And it says, now is the time to believe. Challenges fade away as the joy that comes from true faith lights your way like a clear starry sky. Number 18, the moon. Who doesn't love the moon? And look at the beautiful long hair on that fairy. Beautiful, intuitive epiphanies. Letting go of worry and fear. Understanding the truth of a situation. Here our fairy plays a stringed instrument under the light of a crescent moon. Her reflection in the water. Oh, and you can see the little crescent moon in the water, I see. Her reflection in the water shows her playing a different instrument, indicating that under the moon, things are not always what they appear to be. Interesting. And it says the universe is sending you messages right now about the next step to take. 19, the sun. I am a sun sign, although I'm really drawn to the moon. Here we have a fairy hero. He rides a unicorn through a field of sunflowers, and the unicorn symbolizes his purity of intention, while the sunflowers evoke happiness and satisfaction. The card says, plans that work out perfectly, amazing ideas that lead to rewards and commendations, gratitude for the blessings of life. Number 20, Renewal. This card says, review the past and the present so you can plan a bright new future. Understanding your life purpose, releasing judgments of yourself and others. Here there's several fairies in the picture. They're joined by Joseph of Arimathea, the original guardian of the Holy Grail in Glastonbury. The World is the last card of the major arcana. A brilliant success, the freedom to go in any direction, a journey that is now complete. The fairy from the Dreamer card has made it successfully to the end of her journey. She wears the sign for infinity in her crown and on her shoes, indicating she can now begin a whole new adventure if she desires. All right, like I said, the minor arcana are broken into seasons. And I'm not going to go through each card. That would take forever. But I'm just going to show you the artwork on these cards. I'm going to zoom in and just go through the cards so you can take a look at what we have. You can see that we have King, Queen, Prince, Princess, and then 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And out of the summer deck, I was really most drawn to this Ace of Summer. I just love this beautiful fairy girl on the card with the dove. And it says, open your heart to love, the beginning of a new intimate relationship or the rebirth of a current one, the awakening of psychic abilities or spiritual epiphanies. That is just a beautiful card. We're moving on to autumn. There's the King, Queen, Prince, Princess, and the 10, 9, 8, and 7. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. I think this 3 of Autumn is probably my favorite card out of the Autumn suit. Not necessarily the words on it, but I just really like this cool little fairy. He's super busy making something there. For the winter suit, here's the King and Queen of Winter, Prince, Princess, 10, 9, 8, 7. Oh my gosh, look at that cute ferret on the Prince of Winter. This is going to be my favorite card for this deck. Or for this is going to be my favorite card for this suit. Who doesn't love a ferret? That's a cute little white winter ferret. Here's 6, 5, 4, 3. I like the bear too. 2 and Ace. We are at our final suit, Spring. So here's the King and Queen of Spring, the Prince, the Princess, the 10 of Spring, 9, 8, and 7. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Now my favorite card for spring is the 8 of Spring because of the dandelions. I love to wish on dandelions. And also this fairy has ears that look just like mine. Compare the King and Queen of each season. And for me, my favorite King and Queen were the winter because I love this owl, this snowy owl that the King has, because I have a snowy owl guide. And I love the look of this winter fairy for the Queen of Winter, and then the sun that she has on the front of her sleigh. And also my favorite season is winter. But it was a hard choice between that and summer because I love the colors and the imagery on those cards as well. Comment below on which was your favorite King and Queen from the deck. I just know I'm going to get so much use out of these really cool fairy cards. I can't wait to get started. So the first thing I'm going to do is cleanse my deck, and since it's already a full moon, I'm going to use this full moon to cleanse it and charge it, and then I am meditate with it a little bit and just start getting used to the cards. I'm going to go through the book, learn a little bit about it, and try to connect to that fairy energy before I do any readings. I wish the best to you, and I hope you'll join me next time for another tarot card or oracle card deck unboxing.